Hello, Dr. Shannon, fellow classmates. Today I'll be giving you all a briefing on Remember the Titans and the different leadership and followership dynamics that were exhibited in the film. Now, for me personally, Remember the Titans has to be one of my favorite films of all time with one of my favorite actors, Denzel Washington. Like I said, not only just because, of course, love for football, but just the various things that they had to go through to come together as a team really sat with me. Not like I said, not only as an athlete, but just as a man in general. And like I say, I still even to this day get kind of emotional just watching how a team was able to be so far apart, but yet come together for one common goal. There's loads of quotes in this movie that really sat with me. One in particular would definitely have to be the one where Coach Boone said, "Water is for cowards. Water makes you weak. Water is for getting blood off my jersey, and you will not get blood on my jersey." Coach Boone had a lot of just hilarious quotes and sayings, but it really all centered in on who he was as a leader. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel that Coach Boone was an authoritarian. Now, I say this in reference to him as a football coach and not how we tend to view authoritarians as just do as I say and I really don't care about you. Because of course, as a football player, as a football coach, he cares about his players and he cares about their well-being. But due to the situation he was in, coming in as a black coach for a school that's just about to get integrated, and to a certain degree, blindsiding Coach Yost and taking his job, he had no choice but to lay his foot down early. And as we see in the movie, Coach Boone didn't care. Black, white, purple, green, he did not care who you were. You were going to either go by what he said or pay the consequences. And we saw this when they were about to go to camp. Jerry Bertier and his best friend, two white guys, in front of their parents, he embarrassed them. He embarrassed them because Jerry Bertier tried him as the leader of the unit. So in turn, Coach Boone had to lay the law down early. And as we saw from that, not too many of the guys were going to say anything to Coach Boone's face because they saw instantly, well, if Bertier is going to get embarrassed, I think I should keep all of my comments to myself. Now, Coach Yost, I was kind of trying to find a good way to put his leadership style, like I say, once again, without making it seem too extreme. But like as I just said, you got to understand that as a football coach, ultimately, I still have your best interest at heart. So to a certain degree, Coach Yost was more of a laissez-faire type of leader, whereas he didn't want to ruffle feathers, he didn't want to rock the boat. And this was referenced when him and Coach Tyrell had their big bust up at the restaurant. Coach Tyrell made it a point to say that Coach Yost always seemed like he was trying to appease and please everybody. And to a certain degree, that can help, but in some situations, that can be more of a detriment. And with Coach Yost, the biggest thing that I saw, well, like I said, fundamentally, Coach Yost was a great man. He was a great man. Even in that time, you really couldn't, see if there was any real racial tension. I think with Coach Yost, the biggest thing was him getting blindsided and getting his job taken. Well, not really taken, but I guess you could say being demoted to a coordinator instead of the head coach. And he really tried to play like good cop to Boone's bad cop. But what Coach Boone, as we'll allude to later on, called him out on was it wasn't that he was trying to be the good cop bad or trying to do good cop bad cop with the white players, but more or less just trying to get the black players on his side by being, the good cop. Now, one of the biggest scenes in the movie that gave a great insight on the followership dynamic would have to be when Coach Boone woke everybody up 3 o'clock in the morning after a hard day's practice and took them on a run to Gettysburg. Now, initially, you could say that the guys, they weren't up for it. As you see in the scene, everybody still half asleep. But what Coach Boone had in mind for them was something way bigger than they could imagine, especially due to them not gelling together as a team at that point. He had to take them on this run for them to get a bigger understanding of what it means to be a team. Now, the boys as followers, or the coaches as well, they were being efficient followers. They weren't just, well, I'm gonna be a sheep, or I'm gonna alienate myself. They ultimately, I mean, to a certain degree, whether they wanted to or not, they just trusted whatever coach had for them. And at the end of the run, they really got what he was trying to get across to them. Now, there was two scenes in the movie that I must say that one day I would hope to emulate, those leadership styles. First one, the summer camp, that whole scene, all that entailed, that is definitely something as an athletics coach that one day I hope that I can kind of emulate. Like I say, not necessarily do the same things that Coach Boone did, but be able to run a camp that not only challenges the mind, but it challenges the body and it challenges the soul. Because all that Coach Boone was trying to do in that camp was bring his team together, try to break down the racial tension so they could prepare to have a good football season and a good school year. And for the most part, Coach Boone really did accomplish that goal. The second scene, it would have to be when Coach Yost was willing to sacrifice his career to ensure that, that they would stop cheating. It was said that Coach Yost was near the Hall of Fame, and it seemed that the powers that be, they didn't want Coach Boone to be there. They wanted Coach Yost to be back head coach. So they had put in the fix to for TC Williams to lose. And just the selflessness that Coach Yost showed in that moment when he talked with the referee and told the referee straight up that he was willing to go down with the ship, but he did not want his guys to get cheated. That showed me something that, like I said, it's priceless. It's priceless. And when we got to the end of the film, when they won the state championship, you heard Coach Boone say it himself that he was a Hall of Famer in his book. And to all of us, Coach Yost should be a Hall of Famer because he could have easily just let the refs cheat it, let them fire Coach Boone, and then take back the position of head coach. But he decided, no, I can't allow the hard work of all of my guys, like I said, not just my white players, but all of my guys to be in vain just because a certain group of people think that I should be the head coach. Now, in closing, I must say that Remember the Titans, it really did have a profound impact on me from a young age, from a very young age. And when you look at all the different dynamics in the movie, it just goes to show that no matter how different we are as people, or how much we may not agree on certain things, that we can all come together. And that's what it took. It took Coach Boone coming in with his authoritarian style and really laying the law down early and making it an even playing field for everybody. And once Coach Yost kind of, let Coach Boone do his thing and he bought in, then ultimately once they came together, they became the undefeated, unstoppable force that they were. I would first like to say thank you to Dr. Shannon. Thank you, fellow classmates, for all that you've done this term. And I can't wait to hear back on you guys from this. Thank you.